Good morning. My name is Tammy, and I'd like to welcome you to Tammy's Stitches. Greetings from Maine, everybody. This is my tiny little corner of the internet where I come to you once a week to show you what I have stitched on for that week. Plus, I do have a couple of challenges I'm doing. I have a weekly focus, and I have a monthly bingo. But it is a themed bingo. So this month is December, so most of the things that I'm working on are winter related and Christmas related. Plus I throw in a few new starts and whatever the heck I feel like stitching that week. So this is FlossTube number 120, and today is December 12th, 2025. Getting closer to that day. So greetings to everybody. Let's get started, shall we? I do not have any finishes or FFOs. Nope. I failed miserably in my 25 finishes for 2025. Failed miserably. But, you know what? It's okay. Because I'm getting closer to a few finishes here and there. So for 2026, I'm going to try to do at least 26 finishes for 2026. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out, but we're going to try. So, let's get started, shall we? I want to start off with my weekly focus, which this week was the Four Seasons Winter by Soda Stitch. And here we are. This is very cute. I'm really liking it. I sorta kinda evened everything up. So, well, I did. I started this on June 21st, 2025. I'm doing it on an 18 count dyed Aida that I dyed myself. I think it's a denim. I'm using the call for DMC. My goal for this is 2,500. Now, out of 6,656 stitches, I have completed 1,900. Yay! And I am at 28.55%. Now, I completed for the week 1,078 stitches. And here we are. I worked on the wreath. I worked on the cookies. I started the candy cane. I got that plaid, this plaid here complete. I went over this way, down this way. I almost have the Christmas tree complete. I still have a few stitches I need to put in it, or around it. This is everything that I worked on all week. Just the top. I started the wreath this morning, because I had the specific green that I put in on my needle, so I figured I'd just move on over and get some of that done. And I like doing block stitching because it adds up quickly. So, and by the end of the week with these weeklies, I'm done. I am more than done. So that was 1,078. There were a couple days I got 230. One day I got 218, and then the rest of the week I think it was 200. Yeah. I think Tuesday and today were 200, Monday was 218, and Wednesday and Thursday were 230. So this one is going to go away for a little bit. And it is going to take a break. With all of them. Until March. Because March is when spring starts, so I need to work on the Four Seasons Spring for a week. And they'll come up again if I spin for them in either my seasonal or sampler reels. Okay, next. I think I might just... No, there it is. Okay. I restarted the holly branch. I took out what I had stitched, and I had changed the color. I changed it green because it wasn't showing up on my fabric, so I went a little bit darker. This is the holly branch with berries. This is from Goffin Designs. This is a holly branch. I restarted on December 5th, 2025. I'm stitching it on Boughs of Holly by Forbidden Fiber Company. It's a fabric of the month. I'm using the called for, except for 928. I went up a couple numbers to get a darker color, so I'm using 926. And the goal is 2,941, which is to complete it. And out of that amount, I have completed 200 stitches and I am at 6.80%. And that's how much I got done. Doesn't that look better? Actually see it? Yes, it's a little darker, but I'll take it. It's not out of the realm. It looks more of a blue, and the 928 was a bluish green, bluish gray. So this is just darkening it up a little bit, and it pops a lot better now. So, no, I did not miss anything here. This is as far as it goes. So once you, this is the beginning of the wide. So we just don't put in those stitches. That's the way the pattern is. That's what I'm doing. So hopefully I'll be able to bring this out again soon and take it from there. After Christmas, because the last day of my bingo is Christmas Day, and then that week I'm going to try to do plans videos. I'm going to try to do a whip parade with everything, and then we'll take it from there. So this one, I think I might not have a chance to work on it. I don't know. So we're going to just retire that for a little bit. So that was for my Deck the Halls bingo. Next one. Alright. The next one is the reindeer. This is Year in the Woods number 12. This is Cottage Garden Samplings. There we go. I'm doing this on the same color as the fox. I have to dye another piece for the swans. So let's hope I get that right. But this is the reindeer. I started this on December 6th, 2025. I'm doing it on an 18 count denim dyed Aida, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 2,500. So, and out of that 2,500, I've completed 200, so I have 2,300 left to go. And I have to admit that I enjoyed this one very much. And I'm working on the antlers. And this is part of the reindeer itself right here. This. Oh, it's so good. So good. Not in this light, but it does look good. So yeah. So this one I have to keep in here because I still have the swan in here, and I have to start that one at some point. So I got 200 stitches done on that. Okay, next one is right here. I got all my flowers in here. So this is December's holly. All hearts come home for Christmas. And okay. I started this on December 8th, 2025. I'm stitching this on an 18 count bobbs of poly. I'm using the DMC conversion. And my goal is 3,000, and I have completed 200 stitches. And I didn't cut this down or anything like that, so I'm pretty sure I can get some more stuff out of here. But what I did start on, I'm really liking. And there's my 200 stitches. The white doesn't show up that well on camera. In person, it's not bad. But I love how the other, you know, the other colors just pop right off. This one I am going to do the two-tone letters. I don't really care for them, but you know what? I couldn't think of anything else, and I didn't want to go way out of the box, so I just decided to go with it. Besides, I need at least 4 of them with the two-tone letters. So September has the two-tone. October, November do not. December will. January, February will not. March will. April and May will not. And June will. July and August won't. I think that's how it goes. I don't know. I'll have to cross that bridge when I come to it. I'm not going to worry about it right now. So, that's December holly. Okay. The other one for the Deck the Halls. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to... This one's so fast. Okay. The other one for the Deck the Halls was the Snow Cone card. And this is by Cottage Needleworks. I did not make out a card for this one. I don't think so anyway. Nope, because I didn't make cards out for the rest of them. So, it's very cute. And I am doing this one on a Snow on Aqua 16 count by Fabric Flare. And I got 200 stitches. That was the quickest 200 stitches I ever got. So I might add a few more stitches into this one. I have to keep it in there anyway because I have a couple more in here that are on my bingo. So that's it on that one. And then I was binging Jessie Marie Does Stuff, and for some reason, while I was working on my Christmas Piggy, this particular one popped into my head, and I wanted to start it yet again. This is like the 3rd or 4th time I've started this, and I've never finished it, so I think from now on, whenever I'm watching an episode or binging an episode of Jessie Marie Does Stuff, this one is going to get hauled out. And it is Nature Christmas. Let Heaven and Nature Sing. Oop. And this is from Donna Kooler's 555 Christmas cross-stitch designs. And the few times that I have started this, I've started in the middle. Oh, I'm going to do that. I didn't do it this time. So this is Nature's Christmas by Kooler Designs. I started this on the 10th of December 2025. I'm stitching this on an 18 count ginger root from Forbidden Fiber Company. It's a fabric of the month. And I'm using the called for floss. My goal for this is 5,000. I got 228 stitches complete, so I am at 4,772. And I think I'm going to work on this weekend. And here it is. I still have to finish this because once I get to 50, that's past the page break. So I'm going to finish up this corner. I'm going to move down here because this is part of the thing that's on. I don't normally like to do samplers. This is called Nature's Christmas, and it is a sampler. And I'm not really a big fan of samplers. I like Quaker samplers, but I don't like regular samplers. But I do like stitching animals, so this is perfect. So yeah, there's that one. And then next one I started for this one. What else came up? That was just a I want to sweetie kind of thing, the Heaven and Nature thing. And when I posted it, I made sure and found that song. The other thing that came up was my Christmas Lights Gnome, the man one. I have a female and I have a male. The male was the one that came up. And I'm very impressed on... Oop, that's what I wanted. Let's see if I can get a better picture here. Nope. So, there's the mock-up. You don't see the back stitch, but there it is. And I started in the middle, so I finished this green light bulb. Okay, this is the Christmas Lights Gnome Mail by Favorite Gnome on Etsy. I started this on the 11th of December 2025. I'm stitching it on an 18 count Forbidden Fiber Company Fiber of the Month. I think it's Hazelwood. I'm not sure. I'm using the called for floss. My goal is 2,500 stitches. This has 5,022 stitches in it. I have completed 200. I am at 3.98%. And there's the green bulb and part of his orange and red hat. So, very cute. And I'm using the, like I said, using the called for DMC. And this one's gonna go away. Just for a little bit. Alright, so those were all the starts. And aside from one, they were all Deck the Halls bingo cards. Okay, next one. Alright, this is my Friday finish. Or Finish Friday project. I don't have a picture for it. But you get the gist. And I got 206 stitches done. After I frogged out the B and fixed the B, I put in the I and I put in part of the G. After I'm done with the G, I'm going to work on the Wookiee for a little bit, and then work on some more letters, work on the Wookiee, work on some more letters. I'm putting at least 200 stitches in this until it's done. If I go over, I go over, because I did do 206 last Friday. So this one I'll be working on later today. Seeing how much I can get done. And this is Soft Wookiee by Amy Lee. Don't know the name of the shop on Etsy. I restarted this on May the 4th for Star Wars Day. I'm using an 18 count Silver Moon and called for DMC. My goal is 1,000. Now it's to finish. And I am up to 1,220 stitches. So there's that. Okay. And then the other day, I think it was Saturday, I was watching the Great British Bake Off baking show, first season, very first collection, and I was like, I went and I looked around, and I remembered that I had something that I really, really, really wanted to work on, and it's been quite a while since I worked on it. So, oh, that's not it. Where are you? Ah, right there. Yes. So, I decided that I would work on this for a few hours, and I did. Enough to get 300 stitches in it anyway. And I was really impressed with myself. I think I may have made a mistake, but I'm going with it. Yeah. I'm just gonna go with it this time around. No, we're back up here. Oh, come on. Where are you hiding? No, don't want that. Jeez. No, don't want that either. Good Lord. Oh, right there. This is Alice in the Leap Pairs. The artist is Simona Candini, and this was charted by Thread Geeks. So, I really like this one because it's very few colors, so I can get a lot done, and there's not a whole heck of a lot of confetti, which I like. So this is Alice in the Leap Pairs. I started this on March 9th, 2025, using an 18 count easy guide, and my goal is 3,000 stitches. I still haven't met my goal yet. Trying. I got 2,000. I am at Oh, there's 63,504 stitches. I have completed 2,715, and I am at 4.82%. I got 300 stitches in this, and I really need to round up. Having a hard time wrangling my fabric here. Okay, come on. Come on, come on. And that's where I got to. I finished. Filled in a whole bunch down here, up here a little bit. Now I'm starting to work on this part here. And I'm pretty sure this is Alice's hair that's being started. And I think down here is Bunny, or hair. Yep. So I'm just finding a color and going with it. This one I'm going to put away for a little bit. I still have 285 stitches I need to put in to make my goal. Who knows? Alright, next one. This was a bingo call. Here? Yes. Yes. This one, I love this one. I really do. It's one of my favorites. As soon as I can find it. Where are you? Hiding from me too? Nope, right there. This is Twinkle of Love. This is by Zana Crosswell, or charted by Zana Crosswell. And it is so cute. It is so cute. And I couldn't believe how much I got done. This is Twinkle of Love by Zana Crosswell. I started this on November 17th, 2025. I'm stitching it on a 25 count Easy Guide Ada 1/1, and I'm using the call for DMC. My goal is 5,000 stitches. It has 90,000 stitches in it, and out of that 90,000, I have completed 600. I got 295 stitches done. And I am at 0.67%. Now that may sound like, ugh, God, I'm never going to get this done. But I'm okay with it. I am very much okay with it. And that's what I've completed. And aside from a couple ninja stitches here and there, everything is filled in. I think I'm definitely going to try to work on this again this weekend and see what I can get done. I might try to go for the 1%. So I got 295 stitches completed on that, so I could round it up. So I went over my goal for the bingo. Okay, Motif Monday. I worked on, yep, the Spring Quaker by Jardin Prive. And I completed 200 stitches. So I worked up in the right hand corner. So I got right here these 4 motifs done. Finished this one, started on this big one. And I will be hauling this out on Monday yet again. So for some reason, Mondays and Fridays seem to be very busy days for me, because there are certain things I need to work on Mondays and Fridays. Number 1 is the Spring Quaker until the end of the month. And then the other one is Finish Fridays, which is Chewbacca, or Soft Wookie. And then Monday, I also start my new weekly focus. And then Friday, I have to finish my weekly focus before I record. So I try to get that all done before I record. Because I don't want to hold over the weekly focus until the next Friday. It's just, no, that's too much. So, I want to get that done. Okay, the other thing I tried to finish this weekend, but was not very successful, was my Christmas candle, and I'm just gonna do a quick flash there. And I did get some done. I am working on the Christmas candle. I don't remember where I got this from, and I started this on the 28th of September 2025, stitching it on an 18 count green Ada from Forbidden Fiber Company. I think it may be either Lucky or same as Helper. I'm using Weeks Dye Works Turkish Red. I put 1,500 stitches down as a goal, when actually my goal is to finish. And this is how far I got. So I finished up the circle. I put in this new corner. I put in the candle. And I'm working down on this corner. So I think I'm going to be working on this weekend. Hopefully this time I will get it finished. Out of the 1,500, I have 374 stitches completed. I completed 254, and I am at 374 stitches. So I don't know. And this is what I'm using. Turkish Red. So there is that one. That I would like to get finished by the end of the month. So next, I decided to work on my penguin. This is my Christmas penguin. It is from Cross Stitch TR. Thinking it's down here somewhere, maybe not. it. This is the penguin. And I started this a bit ago, but I didn't show it because I only had like 50 stitches. So I ended up noticing I had a mistake. So what I did was reset my progress and counted what I had done that was correct. Figured out I just missed a stitch. That's all I did. But I ended up getting an extra 100 stitches in, or I got 100 stitches in, so I'm up to 150 stitches. So I started this on October 31st, 2025. That's a heck of a thing. Starting a Christmas penguin on Halloween. Stitching this on a 16 count puller from Forbidden Fiber Company, and my goal is 5,000. There's 18,630 stitches in this, and I have completed 150, and I am at 0.81%. I wanted to get a little bit more done, but I just wasn't feeling it. So this is a full coverage, and this is not dreaded fabric, so let's hope for the best here. So here we are. Started in the left-hand corner. It's not a very big full coverage, but yet it is a full coverage. This is the same company where I got they look like, kind of look like Russian nesting dolls. I got a big owl, medium owl, little owl. So, this is coming out again next month, I believe. In January for my For the Birds. My For the Birds bingo. So we're just going to put that on the front. And then I worked on, where did that go? There it is. I worked on my Christmas piggy. And I got 212 stitches in this because I wanted to even it up. So, it's that. Now, this is slated for finish this year. So we will see how well I do. This is Christmas Piggy, or slated for a finish for 2026. This is a Christmas Piggy by Stitch Quote. Started this on July 29th, 2024. I'm using an 18 count denim Ada, I believe, or evening shade, I'm not quite, or even a teal, I don't know. Rit dyed Ada that I did myself. I'm using the called for DMC. Now, if my calculations are correct, it'll take 3,060 stitches to finish this. All I know is the 212 stitches I got, I had 1,588 stitches. When I put that 212 in there, it brought me up to 1,800. So, I don't know what I got, but I'm up to 1,800 stitches. And what I did for this was I outlined the hat and the pom-pom. And for some reason in the picture, in the white for here and here, they have black speckles. I don't like that. So what I did was I just filled in white. So and I hate stitching in white, so I'm getting rid of it first and foremost. So I'm going to finish up the pom-pom, and I'm going to finish the white in the hat. So I know I may have a little over 1,000 stitches left. I don't know. So I am just going to go with it. And this one I'm going to keep out. And I am going to try to work on it and maybe even get it finished by the end of the month. I don't know. Let's see. If I can get Chewbacca, Soft Wookie done, and this one done by the end of the month, I'll be happy. And then try to finish up Gaia in January. So, there's that one. Oh, forgot to put my card back in. Alright, so I worked on that. And then last but not least, I worked on this yesterday, and unfortunately, I have some frogging I need to get done. Which is par for the course for me. This is the Hope Snow Globe, but I think I'm going to take the word Hope off and backstitch whatever year I get it done. I am far from being done on this one. I only got 175 stitches in this. I do not have a card. But, I've been trying to, I tried to finish up some of the blue yesterday. Oop. So this is part of the polar bear head, and this is all snow globe, just in different shades. So this is on, I do believe, a 14 count plastic canvas, and I started this, I think, on December 14th, 2023, because that's the year I thought it would be a good idea to do 24 starts in 24 days. Never again. No way. Not happening. So, we'll leave that in there. So that's how many I did. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 projects last week. Or this past week. Since Friday. Last Friday. Okay, so I did not really get any status enhancements that are worth showing. But I do have a few plans and goals. Okay, first off is what I spun for today. This is my bingo for today. This is the Christmas rooster. I need to put 200 stitches in it. I know I put 1,000 in it last week, but I need to put another 200 stitches in this. So that is what's going to happen. And I ran out of, or I couldn't find my index cards. I looked like 3 times. I know approximately where they are, but I couldn't find them. So I was using these for a while, and then I ended up buying some more index cards at the store. So I have plenty now. This is the Christmas Rooster by Azena Crossbow, and I started this on the 1st of December. And I'm stitching it on a 25 count easy guide 1/1, and I'm using the Parkour DMC. My goal is 5,000 stitches. This has 70,000 stitches in it, and out of that 70,000, I have completed 1,000. And I am at 1.43%. starting point. So I'm going to put another 200 stitches in this. I got to figure out where I stopped with this color. And then take it from there. So, Christmas Rooster 200. Okay, and then work on any bingos that I get. Okay, and then next, I have to revamp my FlossTube friends, because I'm not sure if Siski's gonna be recording anymore. Not quite sure. She said something about possibly doing it every 2 weeks. I don't know. Once you stop recording, it's hard to get back into it. So, I don't know what she's gonna do. I really don't. And Lisa let me know, the horror stitcher Lisa, she let me know that she did not have time to record, but she still wanted to watch my progress. So I think I'm going to try to work on Pennywise, maybe twice a month. Do 200 stitches twice a month. I don't know. We'll see. So, and I have not seen or heard from Shri, so I don't know. Whatever. The lovely Kay liked hers. The Laura, it's okay, I'll just do it. And Lee, same thing. So that brings me to 3. I'd like to make an even number. So, Siski, DM's Crafty Fork Tex, and Laura, Stitching by the Shore, were 3 very big reasons why I started Portal number 6 from Post Capcom. So I might change out one of them for that one and watch it while I'm watching binging some of DM's Crafty Vortex. I'm not going to keep it's just that particular stitch is going with that particular person. There is no count. Yes, I will be writing down how many stitches I got, but I don't care how many stitches I got. I don't care if it's 200, I don't care if it's 100, I don't care. I'm not stressing myself out by doing these large amounts. Like if they have something that's the same as me, or I have more than 4. As far as I'm concerned, my FlossTube friends are my Fab 4. Why not? So that's the way I'm doing things. I'm not copying anyone. Well, I kind of am and I'm kind of not, because most people put a stitch count on their FlossTube Frenzy. I don't. I'm not putting a stitch count. I get what I get, and that's it. And I'm going to work the other 2, or the other ones, into my bingos and my weekly focuses. So I might work on, Pennywise for a week. Who knows? But we'll see. And if Lisa comes back to recording, then whenever she comes back, that's what I work on. That's the way I'm going to do things. I'm not sure. I might do this one for Jessie Marie does stuff. You know, I'm not going to stress myself out over it. It's bad enough now. Well, not bad enough, but I have my weekly focus, which is 200 stitches a day, plus whatever I have for my bingo. And that switches every day, which I kind of like that idea. And then, you know, I binge people a lot of the times, and when I binge, if they have a low enough number, like if they're under 100, I'll start at number 1 and work my way up. If they are like Jessie Marie, she's got like 300-400 FlossTubes because she's been doing it for so long. I'm just gonna, they have a option on YouTube where you can play a mix, and that's what I do. And hers are at least an hour to 2 hours every time. So I can get a lot done in an hour to 2 hours. So even if I just watch her once a day, I can work on that once a day. Or once a week, or twice a week, or whatever it is. But I gotta get my other stuff done first. So if I do them on the weekends, like say I watch 2 of hers, which are 2 hour piece, that's 4 hours that I can get work done on this. And with DM or Dawn Marie, hers are like, I don't know, half an hour tops. If I watch 2, that's an hour of stitching on Portal 6. And when Lee gets started, hers are sometimes, I don't know, hour and a half. So Nevermore Sampler is going, or Nevermore Quaker will get a few stitches here and there. Yeah. But that's 25 count 1/1. So that takes me a little bit more time. And then Laura, you know, hers are about an hour. So working on 4 Seasons Summer will get, it might get finished. Who knows? Yeah. So I'm gonna work on that, and then I'm gonna work some more on Nature Christmas. I want to get the top past the page break. Or at least the wooden, what looks like wooden things. And then, I mean, I was working on Nature's Christmas when I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, that one. Yeah. And then work on my 2 bingos, for my bingo for Saturday, my bingo for Sunday. Soft Wookie today. Finish Friday. And then you know, the funny thing is that patchwork pumpkin from Norna X Stitch, that's been calling at me. So I might work on that this weekend. Okay, so that's not it. this one. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Where are you? Oh, right there. This is the patchwork pumpkin. They're calling it, I don't know, 5 blank 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 monochrome. But I kind of like that. So I think I might be working on that, and this is done on a 18 count peanutter, and I'm using the called for floss. It's got 19,996 stitches, and I have completed 215, and I am at 1.08, and my goal for this is 5,000. So that I'm thinking about working on. I'll put it in my storage thing over here, and that way you know where it is. Now my birthday is in 12 days. 12 days. Okay. So, yeah. So, you know, I've done the past few years for my birthday, I've done Alice in Wonderland as my birthday stitches. I decided to change it up this year. And I have 2 choices. So, well, actually, I have a couple more than 2. But that one is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, the king. This is from Stitches So Beautiful. And it is a small one, so it's 250 by 250, I believe. Oh no, it's 175 by 250. And there's only 92 colors. And the Pulsar's VG is the designer, and it was charted by Stitches So Beautiful. And it only has 92 colors, so I think I can do it. The other one I was thinking about was this one. And I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go with. There was one other I was thinking about. But I think I'm gonna go with the game. So there's that. And then for my weekly focus next week, is, let's go up here for a little bit, because maybe it's up here. Jolly enough owl. Look at that face. And I think This one is probably bigger than what I'm thinking. Okay, this is 350 by 350. So I'd probably need a 17 by 17 piece of 25 count Lugano. And this is charted by Zena Claus. So Charlie Owl. And that's going to be 200 stitches for 5 days. So we'll see how much I get done. And when I looked at the chart not long ago, but I could be wrong. Oh, there's lots of block stitching. So not very many. Not much confetti at the start anyway. So we'll take it from there. And of course most of it's 939 in the left hand quarter. Which is fine. Oh yeah. So there's that. And that is just about everything, except for one little thing in life. My 15-year-old daughter with my husband, went to a mandatory parent-child meeting last night for a driving course, because my 15-year-old is going to start driving. She has to not only take the course, but she also has to take an online course in order to get her driver's permit, and that's like $40 plus the $700 for the course. I'm only paying for half of the course. I let her father know that I needed $350 because big things like that we divide. I'll pay half, he pays half. We did the same thing for the Washington trip and her braces and all that. So I wrote out a check yesterday for the $350. I have to give her another $350 before the end of the class. And take it from there. So, yeah. I think if I'm going to be taking her driving, I need Valium, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with it. So anyway, I'll say, oh God. I just remember the one time I wrote, when I was with my mother, and my mother was bound and determined that I was going to learn how to drive a standard, and first time I tried, she decided it's not a good idea. So I got an automatic. I can drive a stick. It's just been a really long time since I've driven a stick, so yeah. But I can. I just choose not to. So yeah, but that's it there on that front. So I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Have a very creative and successful stitchy week. Claudia, keep posting. I love the Santas. Claudia. But other than that, I have nothing else to say. So I hope you all have a great week and a great weekend, and keep on stitching on, everybody.